Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I have a voice for radio. So today, I want to know how excited you are about hitting Pokemon for weakness. Which Pokemon, you ask? All of them. Every single Pokemon. Now, okay, fine. It doesn't include those old Pokemon in the expanded format like Rayquaza that are weak to Dragon. You'll see why in a minute. And obviously, if a Pokemon has no weakness, we can't hit it for weakness. That would be ridiculous, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Outside of those redonkulously rare exceptions, we can hit everything for weakness. Now, our translation here comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet. Gee whiz, we've never seen that before. And what we've got here is a new Kecleon with a rather nice ability indeed. So starting off then, we got 90 HP, and on the one hand, 90 HP is incredibly low, but on the other hand, do remember that we have had that reprint of Level Ball, so actually, it's better than having 100 HP a lot of the time. Retreat cost of 2 means you can pay it with Air Balloon, which is not too shabby, and weakness to fighting is, it's not great, right? Because fighting is a good type right now, and there's plenty of stuff like Crobat that you want to be hitting for weakness, but you've only got 90 HP. So, does anyone really care? Probably not. And you are a colourless Pokemon, but that does give access to powerful colourless energy, which is really good. And it is really good. It is super relevant. We'll get there in a moment. But also, generally, this is a point in the video where I would go, well, it's a colourless Pokemon. You're not hitting anything for weakness. But in fact, ladies and gentlemen, it is the exact opposite of that. You are hitting everything for weakness. How does that work? Well, it's all about the ability. The ability, Palette Swap, it is also a Rapid Strike Pokemon, we'll get there in a moment. The ability, Palette Swap, says, this Pokemon is the same type as all basic energy attached to it. If it has several types of basic energy attached, it is each of these types. Yep. What that means is it can literally be every type of Pokemon. Want to hit a darkness weakness? Attach a basic darkness energy. You're good. Want to hit fighting weakness? Attach a basic fighting energy. You are good. And yeah, fine, you do have to get free energy on there. We'll get to the attack in a moment, but you can see it's free energy 90. But you know what? We've got a bunch of options. Being a single prize Pokemon, a Rapid Strike Pokemon, using colourless energy, etc. We are absolutely there. And I adore this because it means you could potentially have an answer to anything. You put this bad boy in your deck and you can just put 3 little types of basic energy, and whenever you want it, you're good to go. Now, it's a bit sad then that Viridian Forest is going to be rotating out about 6 weeks after this releases. Because honestly, that would be amazing. Viridian Forest just lets you search for any energy you want as a stadium. Clearly that would work here. Energy Spinner as well is also rotating. We are going to need some kind of energy search here, or things are going to get rather awkward indeed. The good news is we are still going to have Turbo Patch, so what you can potentially do is just grab that energy that you want on Kecleon, whack it in the discard pile, and at some point in the future, it doesn't really matter when, as long as it's before you attack, you try and flip ahead on Turbo Patch, and assuming that you do, if you don't, things are going wrong, but assuming that you do, you can then just, well, get the energy on there and go from there. Yeah, this is fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is very fun. Now, in terms of the attack, what we see here is free energy, 90 damage. And call me greedy, right? I really would like a little more. And there's a reason I'd like a little more. I want 110. And 110 isn't a number I just pulled out of thin air. 110 is a number you need to KO the vast majority of Pokemon V when hitting for weakness. V maxes are well outside of your range, just ignore it. But take something like Zacian V. If you're hitting fire weakness, you need to do 110, you'll get a KO. Take something like Eternatus V. If you're hitting fighting weakness, you need to do 110 to get a KO. Take something like Center Scorch. Well, Center Scorch actually got 210, not 220. But because you can't really hit that when you're doubling with weakness, then okay, just go ahead and hit for 110, and you get a one-hit KO on Center Scorch. Now, the good news here is that we do have powerful colorless energy. And powerful colorless energy will mean you do an extra 20 damage because you are a colorless Pokemon, which means you will actually be doing 110, which, as I've just mentioned, is the magic number here. Yay! It's not that easy, though. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, this free energy attack cost actually works kind of nicely, because essentially it is the basic energy you want plus the easy energy, by which I'm referring to twin energy, which can be attached to and work quite nicely. Rapid strike energy, because you are a rapid strike Pokemon, so you can put this down and this will work rather nicely indeed. Welder would work here as well. The issue I have got personally is I don't want to have a powerful colorless energy and the right basic energy, because that's two. So now I'm having to hit like another turbo patch or something. It seems awkward. Now, there is actually a really nice combo here with Porygon Z. You see, Porygon Z lets you attach as much special energy during your turn as you like. So you can attach stuff like powerful colorless energy, like twin energy, like rapid strike energy, and then your attachment for the turn is going to be that basic energy that you want. That actually works kind of beautifully here. That makes me very happy indeed. But Porygon's going to rotate out very shortly after this comes out, which is a problem. And you're still talking about a kind of awkward deck here. It's a nice option, but I don't necessarily think it's perfect. What I really want to do is go Turbo Patch, Twin Energy, something along those lines, or Welder, and then another type of basic energy. That's what I'm talking about. Although do remember, Welder will also be rotating shortly after this comes out. So we need to be able to do something here in order to get the energy, and there's plenty of decks it will work with. Frostmoth can attach water energy as much as you like. This doesn't have a rule box, so Cherim will attach grass energy here quite nicely, and then you can just attach the other energy, and it might be that. It might literally be you play this with Cherim with mostly grass energy and just a few others to go and hit weakness. Or water energy in a Frostmoth deck with just a couple others to hit the weakness you want. But then you also need the powerful colorless energy, and that's my big reservation here about Kecleon. I love that you can hit any weakness, and I love that you can get up to 110, but then we're in this really awkward situation where what are we actually doing? Because even in like a Cherim deck, I need to attach a grass energy and something else, the basic I want, and a powerful colorless energy, because 180 you'll get Pokemon GXs that are basic, but they're going away, and 90 isn't enough. Vitality Band will put you up to 100, but that also, it isn't enough, ladies and gentlemen. We need a little bit more here. Now, there is actually a super awkward combo you can pull off here, which will mean you are getting a one-hit KO on anything, but you need to use the Uxie. The Uxie that came around in Unified Mind. It's not terribly easy, I'll give you this. But if you've got Mesprit and Azalf in play, all the weakness you're hitting is times 4 instead. So Kecleon isn't hitting 180, it's hitting 360. That'll work. But you've got to get all 4 of these Pokemon out. And to be fair, they can all get got with Quick Ball. They can all got with Level Ball. So it is doable. But you've got to have all 4 of those Pokemon out. And then you've got to be using something like Welder to get the energy on it. It is a little bit awkward. Or maybe Turbo Patch. It's doable is what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen. It is doable. I mean, we can even actually get a one-hit KO on an Arceus and Algar and Palkia here. Remember, basic fairy energy is still a thing. So with 2 powerful colorless energy and a fairy energy and a vitality band, and yes, I know that is quite the combo, but you will then be up to 140, but you'll be hitting weakness on ADP, and you will actually get a one-hit KO. And if you're playing a Porygon Z deck, say with Cramorant, where you are going to be playing powerful colorless energy anyway, then actually the only thing you need to put into this deck is 1 Kecleon and 1 fairy energy, and all of a sudden you've got and a vitality band, I suppose, which you don't really want to play in Crobat generally, but then you can go and get a one-hit KO. I don't know, Crobat can get a KO if it flips enough heads. This is kind of my point. I adore this card, and this seems like the kind of card that at some point somebody is going to break. But as it stands at the moment, 90 damage isn't really enough. You need to attach a basic and a powerful colorless energy and a third all in one go. But with a bit of decent energy acceleration and maybe a bit of damage modification, this could absolutely work. Incidentally, if you want another super awkward combo, how about being behind on prizes and using Martial Arts Dojo? Because you're going to be playing basic fighting anyway. It's one of the best weaknesses to hit. So now you're hitting 130 and you are in a much better position. I'm giving this 4 Wassies, and this is largely on faith alone. I want this to be amazing. I want it to be great. And there is so much cool stuff you can do here. There has got to be something worth having to play with. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.